Hello guys. Wow, it's been a while. Let's catch up a little bit. I didn't intentionally try to not film for about a month, but that's just what happened. You guys know that my excuse when I'm gone for a while is always work, and that's definitely true this time. Work and just life really took off in the new year, and I feel like it's been go, go, go ever since. Since the last time I made a video, we are in a brand new year. Happy 2024. Cannot believe it. I turned 29, so I am now in the last year of my 20s. That's exciting and scary, and I have a lot of different emotions about it. I saw another YouTuber I watch do a video similar to this where she talked about making a series that is all about the end of her 20s. Even before I saw her doing that, I was like, it could be fun to just really make sure I'm documenting this year, because this is kind of like a big year in my life of documenting the last year of my 20s and going into my 30s. I feel like it could be really fun or really cringy to look back at this year of my life, but I think it'll be fun just to kind of see everything that I've been through and all the things that I do this year. I have a feeling it's gonna be a good year. So to start off this year and this video, this series, whatever this is, I thought it would be fun to do a little video talking about the habits that I have developed, that I'm trying to implement before I go into my 30s. So let's get into it. First up, that is something that's really important to me and has become significantly more important in these past few years, is self-care. I feel like we live in a society where self-care is kind of looked down upon. I think it's getting better, but even like in your workplace, it's like self-care or like taking a day off because you just need a day off. It's frowned upon. Why? So I really want to make self-care a priority, whether that be, you know, letting myself have days where I'm just a couch potato, and if that's what I feel I need, that's what I feel I need. But I'm also thinking about my skin, my hair, really upping those routines, especially since I'm getting older and going into my 30s. I want to make sure I have a pretty solid skin and hair routine down. I've been using some better products. I feel like it's better to invest more money to get higher quality products. I'm not trying to break the bank and get the most expensive product, but it is good to kind of invest in better quality things that will help your skin and your hair in the long run. I think a lot of us, we have survived that time of our life, like middle school, high school, where we were using toners that like burned your skin, and we just thought that that's what they were supposed to do, and it was a different time. I've been implementing a lot more serums and moisturizers and just different things to help my skin out. When it comes to my hair, I have started doing some like oils to try to help my hair. Really investing in a good shampoo that will just help my hair. I have pretty oily hair, so I'm looking into what I can do to help that so that I don't have to wash my hair every day. I mean, right now I do every other day, but looking into what can ultimately help that, and also help my very thin hair, because I have very thin hair and I am trying to make sure I don't lose it all by the time I'm 35. I did actually have an impulse like 3 days ago to chop my hair off, and I'm thinking like shoulder length. I keep looking in the mirror and like kind of doing like a little something like this to see what it might look like. I think I was gonna do it today, if I'm being honest, but I think I'm going to leave it for now. We'll see how I feel like maybe next week, but I'm really trying to take care of my hair. I actually feel like down here, my like waves are coming back, which I feel like I lost for a while, so that's exciting. And I want to kind of get a good hair routine down that's going to keep my hair nice and healthy and growing fast. That's something I've always struggled with. And then once that happens, I think I will be okay chopping it, knowing it'll grow back fast. I mean, it's just hair at the end of the day. It will grow back. but yesterday I was losing a lot of hairs. I was like full on shedding and it freaked me out. And I was like, no, we gotta get this plan in action. Another habit I am really trying to implement is exercise. I am somebody who does not enjoy exercising. I grew up pretty active. I danced from the age like 4 until I was about 18. I would dance almost every single day. I also was involved in like step squad in high school and the song team. So I was a pretty active kid, and I think that I enjoyed dance. I mean, 1, because I loved it, but 2, because I didn't really look at it as exercising. I just looked at it as something fun I liked to do. But now that I'm older, I don't have as much time for dance class, which is sad and kind of an excuse, but I am not nearly as active as I was when I was younger. So now I have to find other ways to be active, and don't get me wrong, I walk a lot at work, and I think that that's right now the only thing that's keeping me somewhat active. And I have just never been one of those people who enjoys working out. I'm not happy when I work out. I don't feel those endorphins that you're supposed to feel. I just like dread it. I truly do. So I'm trying to be better at that and find things that I enjoy. I'm thinking like Pilates maybe, or coming up with like a routine that will not stress me out. Doing like YouTube dance workouts and things like that. Excuse me. Oh my God, those are flying so close to my apartment. Y'all, I don't know if you can see those things. That is like straight up the military flying out here. Oh my God, it's never ending. Anyway, really looking into finding something that I enjoy doing. My boyfriend likes working out. He is a runner. I am not a runner, but I told him I am willing to try, but we gotta start slow. So I shouldn't have said anything because now he's gonna push me, but it's okay. Maybe I need that push. But again, taking it easy on myself. I don't want to come up with a routine or anything because I know that that's just going to stress myself out. And then when I don't stick to it, I'm going to be disappointed in myself. So I just want to implement it more into my life. Going along with the health stuff, I also want to eat healthier. I think I do a pretty good job of eating healthy, but I also don't hold myself back if I want to have something unhealthy. Again, a theme of this video, I don't do very well when I hold myself to like diets or routines or anything of that nature. It's like I'm bound to just break it because that's just how I am. But definitely trying to cook more at home, stay away from processed foods. You know, I want to live a long, happy, healthy life, so have to start implementing that in what I eat. I think I do a pretty good job of this already, but just making sure that I'm extra vigilant about it. I still think it's totally okay to like go out on weekends and have fun and like obviously eat unhealthy once in a while. It's, you know, not gonna hurt you. But for the majority, trying to make sure that I'm meal prepping, cooking at home. It's also just gonna help me with saving money, which is a win-win. Let's talk about hobbies. Over this past year, I've really discovered a love for a lot of hobbies. I am a hobby person. I think my entire life I've been very creative and I've had a lot of different hobbies and things that I enjoy doing. And within this past year, I've kind of really honed in the ones that I really like. The top one that you guys definitely know about is reading. I loved reading as a kid and kind of lost it for a while, but I am back loving reading more than ever. I truly read every single day. Like I will at least try to read a chapter a day. And it's just become one of my favorite things. It's all I want to talk about. It's all I want to do. I have said it before, but I want to make a lot more content on here that's focused around reading and books. I think it's easier for me to make content over on TikTok because it's just shorter and I feel like there's the whole like book talk community over there. But I definitely think there's an audience on here. Like I like going to YouTube and watching people's book vlogs and whatever they can come up with. So definitely something that I want to implement a lot more on this channel. Other than reading, I have always had an on and off, again, love for playing the guitar ever since I was younger. Dude, hello? I am self-taught and I pick up things pretty easily, but I just go through phases of being very passionate about it and then dropping it because I'm like not as good as I want to be. But it is something I really do love. When I was younger, I would like write little songs and try to compose them, and it is still something that I find really fun, and I think it would be cool to explore that side of creating music or whatever that might be. So I've been trying to practice a lot more on my guitar. I mean, I invested a lot of money in a really nice electric guitar, so might as well put it to use. But I've definitely been practicing a lot more on there, and it's just something that brings me a lot of happiness. I've also gotten into sewing and crocheting, and my mom actually got me like a sewing embroidery machine combo. So I'm super excited because I've really been wanting to mess with embroidering for a while now. So I'm just excited to come up with a bunch of things and dive into that and just kind of see where it goes. I have to take it slow though. I know that I'm gonna get frustrated with myself, so I feel like I've been putting it off, but I have to just dive in and see what happens. Something else that is super important and that I'm trying to implement more in my life is having a clean space. I've always been someone who's a little messy, but like an organized chaos type of person. Living on your own, it's up to you to clean your entire apartment. So I feel like because me and my boyfriend are both busy at work, there are weeks where we just go without cleaning the apartment and things just kind of add up. And then when we have a day off, we're stressed out because it's a mess everywhere. I am trying to get better at just kind of cleaning a little bit every single day so that it ultimately helps me in the end, and we kind of have a clean-ish space most days. Obviously there's the days that you're gonna deep clean and do all of that, but things like making sure that we clean all of our dishes like every night or every other day would be exceptional. That way we don't have a pile of dishes to come home to. I know we have been trying to wash our dishes immediately and just put them in the dishwasher, but we've been failing. So that's something we could definitely both improve on. Going off of my space, it's looking more and more like we are gonna be here for a little bit longer. So I have figured that I want to fully dive into decorating our space. It's a pretty cute apartment and I think there's a lot of potential, and I was a little scared to decorate because I wasn't sure how long we were gonna be here. I'm somebody who is very affected by my surroundings, and I can be in a really good mood or a really bad mood based on what is around me and how things are decorated. So I'm kind of like fully committed to making this a cute space, and even if we left soon, at least it's a cute space for the time being. We have been starting to buy some home decor and kind of figure out things that we want to do. Like our office, we just kind of threw things in there and we didn't really think of anything. So now we're starting to think of what we could do to make it like a more welcoming and inviting space and somewhere that we actually want to hang out in, and it's not just like a room with a bunch of desks and like consoles in it. So it's been really exciting, and we went to IKEA the other day. We got very inspired. So I'm excited to kind of redecorate and take you guys along and show you how I'm kind of revamping all the rooms in here. This habit's a little funny because I put enjoying the little things in life. I think that growing up, I have always been a little bit of a pessimist, and I'm trying to break out of that. I think that I really love little things, like they make me happy. Things like the sunset or like going for a walk. So I'm really trying to just kind of implement that and not worry so much about other things that are really not worth my time and energy. I feel like I put in a lot of energy to things that make me upset rather than things that make me happy. So I'm gonna try to be a little bit more of a go with the flow type person and just learn to enjoy the little things in life and just kind of coast through. Like there's no reason to be so upset all the time. And there's no reason to give things the power over me to make me so upset when I have the power to just make myself happy all the time. Okay, this is something that I am trying to get better at, but I'm definitely still struggling, and that is going out and doing things on my own. although I'm a pretty independent person, when it comes to being out in public by myself, I get like major social anxiety. I will go out and do things if I have to, but it's like living with my boyfriend, I'm like, well, why go out by myself when I can just have him go with me? On days where like I'm home alone and he's at work or doing something else, I find that I just stay cooped up in the apartment because I don't want to go out and do things alone, or I'm having like social anxiety about having to be out by myself somewhere. And I feel like that's not great for me. Definitely trying to get better at doing things like even just going to the store or going on a walk or even around my complex, whatever that might be. Just going out and like enjoying some me time. All right, you knew it was coming. Drinking more water. This is something that I have definitely improved on in the past couple years. I really was not doing great at drinking water a while back, but I feel like I've improved. Although there are still days where I'll realize that I like did not have water all day, or it'll be midway through the day and I realize I haven't had water and I've just had like coffee or anything that's not water. I've definitely improved though. Like if I'm ever out eating somewhere, I 99% of the time will get a water. Now I kind of consider any sort of soda like a treat for myself. Like if it's my Friday, I'm like, oh, let's get a soda and treat yourself for the weekend. Or, you know, if I get like an alcoholic beverage, which I don't get every time I go out, but you know, if I'm celebrating with a friend or whatever that might be, then I'll do that. But it's way more common that I just kind of stick to water. I definitely have a bunch of reusable water bottles. I have one that I take to work. I have one that I keep in the apartment, and I just kind of keep them everywhere so that it reminds me to drink water every single day. Still could definitely improve upon this though, so we're working on it. My last habit that I am trying to get better at is budgeting. Left the most boring for the end. I do feel like I'm a pretty good budgeter though. I think that my mom doesn't think so, but I am. Again, I don't want to get too crazy strict and put myself on like a, what do they call it? It's like a 70-30 or like whatever those budgets are, because I know I won't stick to it and it's just not gonna work for me. But I do want to make sure that I'm getting better at just kind of prioritizing where I'm putting my money. You know, we want to buy a house soon, and that's only gonna happen with budgeting and really paying attention to what I'm spending my money on. I don't want to like stop spending money on myself, because I think that I work hard for my money and I deserve to go out and have fun or buy myself something if I want. But I just want to be more intentional with how I'm spending my money. So buying clothing pieces that are gonna last me a really long time instead of things that are like just fashionable at the moment and I'll probably get rid of them in a year. And buying things that are sustainable, they're gonna last me a long time. You know, memories, I'm all for spending money on memories that I'm gonna make with friends or family, going on trips and traveling. So budgeting my money in that way. And then of course I will be saving, but you know, I think it's okay to splurge every once in a while. So those are all of the habits that I will be trying to implement in this final year of my 20s. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I can't wait to see what this year has in store, and I can't wait to share the last year of my 20s with you guys. So be sure to subscribe if you want to follow along. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!